Alright.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do? It's still gonna pick me
Yeah, just see that green light.
up.
And upon chasing him deeper into the woods, the owner comes face to face with a bizarre scene.
Oh, it's
In front of him appeared to be a young girl levitating in the air next to her mother,
oh
and upon the
wow.
cameraman's dog barking, the child comes back down to the ground and runs
Yeah, it's
off,
time to go.
disappearing into the woods.
No
This is
questions.
another one of those videos that always gave me the creeps back in the day, and watching it back today, it's definitely still a bit scary, but realistically, it's probably nothing more than a hoax. Marina Joyce.
Is it?
This entry refers to one of the more bizarre moments in YouTube's history, as rumors began swirling back in 2016 that popular YouTuber Marina Joyce had been kidnapped and was being forced to make videos. The
That's
concern
all.
arose as the 19-year-old creator, who was typically bubbly and full of life, began acting differently. In her videos, she seemed to be incredibly nervous, with her eyes constantly shifting off camera, as if someone was directing her on what to do. In one instance, you could even see a finger of someone behind the scenes pointing to where she should stand.
Can't see
And
it.
the bizarre moments continued from there, as viewers noticed an influx of bruises on her arms, a moment where she appears to whisper, "Help me," and a gun in the background of one of her videos. During the time, the internet was fixated on this case, which eventually led to the police doing a wellness check on the girl, who clarified that she was safe and she supposedly wasn't actually kidnapped. Marina eventually explained that her change in personality was simply due to her escalating depression, though to this day many believe that she staged the whole ordeal.
That was not
Angel of
good.
Death. This video was the very first scary video that I ever saw on YouTube, when my friend showed it to me in his basement all the way back in 2008, and honestly it left me traumatized and sleepless for weeks, and I still remember it to this day. The video, which I sadly can't show due to age restriction, shows a soccer match in which a player by the name of Abdulrahman Al-Shuaibi is accidentally kicked in the head by an opponent, and following this, something extremely disturbing happens to
Let's
him.
on.
First, he repeatedly falls to the ground and then springs to his feet in a shockingly unnatural manner. And once he finally finds his footing, he begins jogging backwards, as if he had no control over his body. He finally comes to a stop as he falls to his knees, and his body bends back in the most chilling way possible, to which he then falls completely limp to the ground, landing face first and supposedly dying right there on the field.
Oh, bless
This
his
video is
heart.
actually very real and is incredibly shocking to watch,
Oh,
but
that
thankfully,
was fucking
Al-Shuabi
funny.
would not actually lose his life. Instead, he suffered from a major seizure as a result of the kick to the head, causing his movements to become completely involuntary. But he would quickly go on to make a full recovery and would actually play in the team's very next match.
Oh, okay.
CERN Sacrifice. This video, taken outside the CERN Geneva campus, shows a group of hooded men, accompanied by one woman, gathering beneath a large statue of the Hindu god
Not
Shiva.
good.
The men then surround the woman who lies on the ground in the middle, as one man approaches her with a knife and proceeds to stab her, much to the shock of the person recording the ordeal.
Wow. And she really sacrificed herself.
But unsurprisingly, this video too was later proven to be a hoax, with
Oh,
CERN
it's a
later
hoax.
admitting that some of their scientists had been the ones to carry out the prank while they were attending the campus. Blank Room Soup. Perhaps the most infamous creepy video in YouTube's entire history. This strange clip shows a man feverishly eating a bowl of soup in an all-white room. A strange figure in a horrifying costume then approaches the man from behind and begins to console him, before another figure appears in frame. The two then rub the man's back as he begins to cry, while off camera you can hear the faint sound of laughter. The origin of this video today still seems to be a mystery.
It's
The
weird.
costumes themselves were found to have been invented by an artist named Raymond Percy, who is best known for his work on Wreck-It Ralph and Zootopia. To this day, he denies any involvement and claims that the costumes were stolen and used for God knows what. However, it does seem more likely that this is just some kind of art project, to which Percy was involved with at least in some capacity. But because he has never fully confessed to it, for now we can only make assumptions. Lost in the Catacombs. This entry refers to a VHS tape supposedly discovered within the Paris catacombs by an urban explorer. On it, the footage shows a man casually filming their journey into the claustrophobic maze of death, before their behavior starts to change. For unknown reasons, the man begins to panic and starts to sprint through the dark catacombs, before dropping his camera in a puddle and running off into the darkness, never to return. If this clip is real, it's very likely that whoever was behind the camera suffered from some sort of anxiety attack due to the claustrophobic and just overall terrifying nature of the catacombs. Those strange symbols and unexplained noises in the background have led others to point to more supernatural explanations. Either way, if it is to be believed, it's likely whoever this man was did not survive the trip. However, most people nowadays believe that this was nothing more than a hoax, potentially put on by an old TV show called Scary But True, where the footage was first aired. And though this is most likely the case, it's interesting to note that the footage does actually show the inside of the catacombs, meaning that if they really did fake this clip, then they definitely went all out for it.
They did.
Before we go any further down this iceberg, I have to first bring up something that is truly haunting: body odor. That is why I highly recommend today's sponsor, Dr. Squatch. Dr. Squatch offers all-natural soaps, deodorants, shampoos, and more, all without the harmful chemicals that plague men's personal care products. I received a package of their soaps and deodorants earlier this month and have completely fallen in love with the smell and feel of all of them. But my favorites are definitely the special limited edition Halloween products, for obvious reasons. These include the Werewolf Wash, and my personal favorite, the Stick of the Dead and the Brick of the Dead, which I've been using religiously, and I honestly...
Puda! Puda! I don't know how to record it.
What?
This.
Oh.
DSQ Crowley. Just click the link in the description below and enjoy your savings and new scents today. Tier 2. Tip of the iceberg. 00390. 00390 refers to a YouTube channel that has been active for over half a decade and continues to post to this day. There are many disturbing videos on this YouTube channel that point to its creator seemingly being some sort of kidnapper and potentially even a serial killer. Though in reality, this doesn't appear to be true. Rather, 00390 seems to be instead an ARG, as some of its most infamous videos were actually taken from completely separate sources, and overall, it seems to be more of an art project than anything. But at the end of the day, we really don't know for sure what its origins are.
And that's not good.
Blood Soup, Svartsapa, 1995. Svartsapa 1995 is a low-res 6-minute YouTube video with less than 1,000 views, 818 at the time of writing. The video begins with what seems to be a sketchy blood drive taking place.
He gotta be downstairs. Oh.
In an unknown location, where all of the blood collected is put into one big pot. The ingredients for a dish known as Svartsapa are then flashed on the screen, which include the word blod, the Swedish word for blood. We then see the blood taken from the participants mixed in a bowl with the rest of the recipe.
to create what is essentially
It's
human
not
blood
just that
soup.
shit.
The
It's not.
camera then cuts to a scene within a
And they are
pub
eating.
where the soup is being served and then eaten by a table full of people. While it's quite uncomfortable to watch and leaves us with many questions, the video is actually nothing more than an art project carried out by a man named Pelle Thorsen. Though that doesn't mean that it wasn't all fake, as part of this performance actually did entail eating the actual soup, which is more disgusting than anything else. New DPRK. New DPRK is a channel that was created back in 2019 that supposedly shows what life is like in North Korea. Each video paints the country as a utopia, filled with happy citizens and a thriving economy, which is quite the contrast to what most of us know about the region, and that's entirely by design. As in actuality, the channel was quite literally created by the North Korean government.
So they did a little channel.
This entire page was set up as a way to spread propaganda to the rest of the world, a facade to mask the true conditions of the country, whose citizens are subjected to an incredibly harsh existence. And overall, it's very off-putting seeing how normal some of these videos are, despite how dark their reality is behind the scenes.
I wonder if they gotta go.
Bizarre fetishes. This is a strange one. YouTube is an extremely diverse platform that is home to all sorts of niche communities. Most are fairly normal, but the deeper you dig, the stranger and darker they seem to become. For example, take a look at this YouTube channel called Amputees. All of its videos are uploaded of people who have had amputations, along with a favorites playlist, all containing dozens of other clips showing similar content. Even more unusual, many of these clips have hundreds of thousands of views on them, leading to the question, why? Well, this is actually an account that seems to be dedicated to some sort of amputee fetish, with a select group of people consuming this material in a sexual way. And though there's nothing wrong with finding someone with an amputation attractive, this fetish seems to go a bit deeper than that, as on this page are videos of actual amputation surgeries, which are also being viewed sexually.
Oh,
Kanye West Suicide Song. The Kanye West Suicide Song alludes to a leaked track by Kanye called Never See Me Again. The song features a sample of Futari Dake No Ceremony by Yukiko Okada, a Japanese singer who committed suicide in the 80s at the age of 21, who Kanye had been studying, even going as far as moving to Japan where he would write this song. And to go along with this dark sample, Kanye's lyricism seems downtrodden and almost defeated, repeating the lines, "It'll be a long time before you ever see me again." Adding to the story, this came during a time in Kanye's life where his mental health had supposedly reached a breaking point and was said to be the lowest time of his life. And given the lyrics, the sample, and the context within his own personal life, it's believed that this song was ultimately meant to be a suicide note, which he would release directly before taking his life. Thankfully, this would never happen. However, the song itself would leak to YouTube years later, where it is now referred to as his suicide song, as his lyrics seem to confirm his intentions. Monkey hate.
wow.
We mentioned the bizarre fetish rabbit hole that certain YouTube channels and playlists can lead you down. But one of the most baffling and disturbing examples of this is without a doubt the trend of monkey hate on YouTube. There are countless videos and channels dedicated to this unusual trend, but essentially, the content typically shows a monkey or multiple monkeys being tortured in various ways. And though that is sickening enough, the comments are truly what make it horrifying, as users glorify this treatment as saying things like, "Ha ha 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 ha, it's getting everything it deserves," or "Give it to me, I'll give it a good home." Why this type of content is popular and gets the comments it does is not fully understood, but theories range from it being another sort of twisted fetish to it being coded racism. Either way, it truly accounts for one of the darkest sections on all of YouTube. Much like Monkey Hate, this entry deals with a similarly depraved form of animal abuse, though this has been documented frequently across Nick's channel and will be further highlighted in a video coming later this year. So, for the sake of brevity, I won't go deeper into this. Taunting terminally ill girl. Sometimes people will be evil for seemingly no good reason, and this stands out as one of the most inexplicable ever documented on the web. Kathleen Edwards was a girl who had fallen terminally ill about a decade ago with the same disease, Huntington's, that took the life of her mother at age 24. But whereas nothing seems more deserving of sympathy than a terminally ill child, not everyone viewed the situation in the same manner, and their neighbor, Jennifer Petcove, was instead actively rooting for the death of the child, apparently stemming from her kid not being invited to a party at Kathleen's grandmother's house. Petcove went on a tirade, first posting a disturbing image of the Grim Reaper holding Kathleen's dead mother to the web. Then she posted a skull and crossbones on Facebook, but instead of a regular skull, it was Kathleen's face. And Kathleen's grandmother even said that there was an incident in which Petcove stood on her front porch and yelled, when Kathleen was outside, "I wish that kid would hurry up and die," with the lady going as far as to deck their vehicle out as a hearse.
The dispute features a hearse hauling a coffin. Kathleen's family and neighbors say it's been used to harass Kathleen and her mom before her death.
And seeing an interview with her and her lawyer, it seems like there is absolutely no remorse.
Have you learned a lesson?
Yes.
No, you haven't.
To keep my opinions and my views to myself.
In the years since, it appears that Kathleen Edwards has sadly passed away from her condition, meaning some of the precious final years of her life were unfortunately spent dealing with this unnecessary and disturbed harassment. Harrison O'Kinney rescue footage. Harrison O'Kinney was a cook.
Puda! Puda! Okay. I just want to stop it right here and tell them to like, share, and subscribe.
Okay.
Because I feel like I did a lot of video. How though?
Oh, you know what? You know what? I got it for you.
Cook aboard.
Oh, no. We're going to say that because we're going to finish doing it tomorrow.
The Jascon 4, a Nigerian tugboat, when he experienced what would be best.
Okay, screenshot there. All right.
Reaction with real conversation with L. Like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.